Good evening, one and all. I think we're live. I'm sure we're live. How is everybody? Got that in the way. Let's get rid of that. Scroll up there. Excellent stuff. Just me tonight, folks. Kieron had to work, so he couldn't make it, unfortunately. But he's going to try. I think he said after tonight that he should be okay. He's managed to swap his shifts around, so that's all good news. Literally got stuff everywhere on here. Right, let's say hello to one or two people. Evening to you, Mick King. He's top of the list on my one. Evening, Daniel. Pulled and by. Good evening to you. Adrian Mason. Good evening. Mark Trigwell, evening to you, Mark. Coyle, evening, Coyle. Mr. Intense, James. Daniel again. Adrian again. Mr. Intense again. Jim Mills, good evening, Jim. Lynn Smith, nice to see you, Lynn. Evening to you. Oh, thank you, YouTube. I'm live, just pinged up. Jaya, evening, Jaya. Dion78, good evening to you. Yeah, evening, Marcus. Should we just check that thing works? Oh, look at that. Look. Oh, that's that Larry Green still. Never mind. At least we can all read it. Phoenix Vapes. Evening, Phoenix Vapes. Vaping Snowman. Good evening to you. And Jay Webb. And Grateful Ant. What's everyone watching the football? Only 27. 27? Got more than that in my little WhatsApp group. Where is everyone? I dare say people will float in. Right, well, as I say, there's no Kieron tonight, so we might do if we run out of things to say in an hour, we'll stop in an hour. But somehow I don't think that will happen to you. But we'll see. Guy, evening, Guy Stewart, evening to you. Right, what am I vaping on? Well, actually, what I think I'll do tonight. Does that work? Yes, look. What's that in the way there? What's that? That's a bottle. It's actually an empty bottle of Virginia. There is another empty bottle of Virginia. They're all on dregs, all of them. So, put them over there. Don't need them. Just goes to show that I do vape my own product. Right, I'll leave the table cam there because I'll just do what I'm vaping on. I'll perhaps show it on there so people can see it even better still. So I'm on the Pennon with the Nico in stainless steel with my drip tip on there. This has been my go-to device for ages now. I'm just, it looks dirty on top because I use it. So that's that one. Lovely little setup. So that's the first one. I'm also on my Kieron X. There's me holding it up to the camera. You can't see it, so I'll hold it up there. So Kieron X on the Ed Balance, one of the special edition ones. Now, what I didn't say is that I've got Virginia in the Pennon and Cavendish, I think, in this one. Cavendish. So there's the Ed Balance with the Kieron X. The authentic Kieron X. Oh, I've got a Mozzie. Little Mozzie. We'll get rid of him in a little while. Sorry, I got messages coming up as well. In fact, I ought to turn my phone on silent. And I need to take my watch off because otherwise you know who will interrupt us. So I've done that. Right, what else am I on? Well, I got sent this. The Manners R. Go on to there. Manners R by Vapefly. Put it on here so you can see. It's what am I doing with this camera? That's better. Thank you. Manners R. It's actually pretty good. It's not too bad. It's got a decent, mind you, when we get the UK ones in, I don't suppose we'll get a 3 milliliter pod, will we? And I think there's a little line up here. You see the little white arrow there that lines up with a little mark on the tank. I think they're getting away with that, or doing away with that. I think on the actual version it's going to change. So I have a vape on that. Pretty good. Not bad at all. They come in a multitude of coils. Let's have a look. So that was the box. Manners are. Coils, there is a 0.6 ohm coils. They're quite clunky coils, look, quite chunky. 0.6, 1.2, so that's the mouth to lung catered for. The one I'm using, which is the 0.8 ohm, I think it was the 0.8 ohm that I've got in there. The one that comes in it is a 0.6, but I didn't use that. Now I'm telling fibs. I used the 1 ohm coil. Whoops, there you go, 1 ohm. So quite a lot to choose from in the pods. So don't know, might get them in there. They're not bad at all. I've got some other bits. Missing, here they are. Right, I also have, leaning to the side, I got sent this the other day, the Kumo by Aspire. I know it's old, but I'd never tried it, so I thought I'd give it a go. I have to say, I really don't do much direct lung vaping anymore, but it's all right. It seems okay. It's I don't think there's anything, you know, it's not earth shattering. It's not like a must have or anything like that. But yeah, it's all right. So the Kumo, if I do get them in, they'll be at a very good price because they're quite an old one now. So that's that. Where am I going to put this where it won't crash on the stuff? I'll leave that one till last. Now, some of you will realise that I've got a bit of an offer on at the moment on the Mix Mod. Getting in touch with my feminine side, which I'm not actually really because it's Tina's. The Mix Mod with the gunmetal Nico. And the gunmetal Nicos, by the way, are... Oh, come on, Mark, get a grip. They are, for all intents and purposes, they're black, really, look. They're very dark gunmetal. So in here, mango, peach and papaya. Tina floats between La Tabacaria and her mango, peach and papaya. She's still on that. So yeah, and again on the Nico, we knew the Nico tasted, or juice in the Nico, net tobaccos taste really, really good. But we didn't know fruits did, so yeah, it does. It's just a good all-round RTA. Very good. So I've got a little offer on them. More about that perhaps in a little while. So we'll set that to one side there. Now, what's what's been said, just so I don't miss out on the chat. God, where did I get to? This is yeah, it's ticked down. Okay, we're there. Phoenix Road, Mark Trigwell. I think I said hello to Mark. I'm sure I did. Mr. Intends. Peter Kendall, evening, Peter. Vaping Brummy, evening to you. Mark Triggle on the Kentucky this evening. Lovely stuff. It is lovely stuff. That'll be the Grand oh, God, get this right. Grand Reserva. Otherwise, I'll get told off by Federico. I thought I saw a message come up. Mark Trigger looks good for the 4-pod range. Yeah, and I've got Nathan. I've got to thank Nathan as well. He did a cracking review on the 4-pod, one of the 4-pod juices, Net Vapor. So anyone wants to have a look at his channel. Daniel, Naturevape, them pods, are they mesh or round wire? They're mesh, Daniel, I think. Actually, I'm not sure about the 1.2s. Well, let's have a look. We're not in a hurry, are we? See if I can see inside them. Probably not. I'm sure that the 1 ohms are mesh. Where's the 1.2s? 1.2, here we are. Let's have a look. Ooh, I can't see inside, Daniel. I got a funny feeling I think they're mesh as well. I think, but I could be wrong. So, sorry, useless. Couldn't help you. Vaping Brummy. I've been wanting to try a mouth-to-lung RTA. Well, you could do a lot worse than buy the Nico, I would say. Vaping Brummy. And there is an offer on it, so I'll show you that in a little while. So don't go pressing fingers yet. You might get a Billy bargain. Adrian says, Creme guys sell the Kumo. Right, well, it might not be alone, Adrian. Maybe I will. Probably get some of them, but I think it's going to be cheap. It's going to be like, if I get them, probably 20 quid. Something like that. So, should be a Billy bargain. Adrian, mango, peach and papaya is actually rather good after a 3-week steep. Yeah, it's Tina's favourite. She loves it. But she's been more into the La Tabaccaria. That's like a daily vape. But every now and again, she just wants that blast of a mango, peach and papaya. So, and yep, there you go. Mark's got it. The mix and... oh, some of that is covered. Look, don't worry. The mixed Nico offer at Naturevape is a great bargain. Yes, we'll get to that. Evening, just Josh. Evening to you. Right, I don't think there's any other messages. And Grateful Ann, if I didn't say hello to you, good evening to you. And Johan. Evening, I'm not even going to try, Johan, and pronounce your surname. So, finally, what I'm vaping on is the, excuse my colour coordination for this, it's awful, but the setup's there. Look at that for a bit of colour uncoordinating. That's a bit of a Heinz variety, isn't it? I just shoved it on here to try it, including a Samsung 30Q shining through. This is the Amazia by Ambition Mods. They sent that through. Everyone's going to ask me what I think of the Amazia. So, in fact, what I meant to do, and I haven't. What a Burke. What a Burke. I might go and get one. A Gate. I want to compare it to the Gate. Perhaps do it in a little while. But a lot of people say it's a cash grab. Let's show it down here. Cash grab on the Gate. But is it? It's better than the Gate. You've got your juice flow, which you just turn the whole glass like that. The base stays still, and that turns your juice flow on and off. Have another little vape of it. Am I getting told off for my pronunciation? Okay, right. Yolanda Rimsky is the easiest way to pronounce. Okay, gotcha. We're there. Good evening. So, yeah, it is better, and they've got rid of that stupid top that they had on the Gate as well. I thought I had a Gate up here. I honestly did. I was going to compare the two for you, but I have actually also got the stainless steel one, and it comes with two, well, optional to buy is a 2mm tank. Just take it out of there, like a nano tank. There we are. Whoa, crashing on keypads. Right, so there's the nano tank. So you can buy that as a separate. Let's take it out. Let me show you. Let me show you. Dropping instructions, excuse me. Come up red-faced. That was a long way down there. I want to do more reviews, to be fair, and I want to review this because I think it's quite an important one to review. People are going to want to know, you know, all about it. Is it worth buying? Ambition mod stuff is normally pretty good, to be fair. So let's put that on there. Don't need the spare glass, but I've got to take it out really to get the rest out of the box. There you go. Let's put it all on the deck there. Come to that in a minute. So you've got your different size airflow inserts. 1.5. God, this light is really shining here, isn't it? I try and hold it at an angle to show people. 2mm air pin there, and I think the one fitted is, can't remember, a 1mm I think, and some spare O-rings there. So the top fill, like I say, they've got rid of the silly top that they had on the gate. So there's like a big silicone washer there, and screw it down. So basically, I don't know if you can see. Can you see the lines? If I hold it right up here. See the lines in there? Excuse my fingers, I've been working today. So as you turn the tank round, that turns the juice flow off and that turns it on. And then there's a little nick there that when you line it up, those two, like that, it should pull apart. And the airflow obviously comes in from the bottom. Right, I did have a bit of there you go. I had a bit of a job getting the first one apart. So there's the deck. And obviously if you wanted the nano, that fits in quite easily like that. And all of a sudden you've got a nano version. So I quite like that. That's pretty good. Take it apart again. Should we zoom in? Like I say, please excuse my fingers. Let's try going that way. Oh shit. Turn the bloody camera off. Bike. Right, let's press the right button. Zoom in. Okay, so perhaps you can see it better now. So there's the deck. It is very much like the gate. Very much like the gate. Right, so, but the problem that I foresee, take the airflow insert out. So that should it's like an eternal thread. Right, got it. So that whole pin comes out of the center. You can see there's the center there, look. So that whole thing comes out of the center. And obviously this will come out there, and there's your peak insulator there. So put that back in if I can without mangling it or causing any damage, havoc. This is like watching one of my reviews, isn't it? Usual incompetence that I do on the review. Right. So your airflow pin goes in the top here. Your different sizes. And that has got, God, let's see if I can hold that right up. Come on. Right. It takes its airflow from the side there, and that's hollow, and brings it up through the jet there. God, I'm disgusted with my nails. I really do apologise, but there you go. But the problem I've got with it, and that is the same as the gate. I don't know what size that one is now, but I'll put that back in. It's the action of the airflow going through here and up here, to me, makes this a little bit kind of turbulent. Let's see if I can have a vape right on in front of the, there you go, right in front of the mic. It's weird because that was all right, and it's like sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't, and I haven't, in fairness to them, I haven't experimented yet with the height of the coil. I've got it quite close, so maybe if I lifted that up, I wouldn't experience that issue. I'm having right troubles putting this thing back in. Oh, wow. And that's basically the problem I've got with it, is that airflow. It's just, when you compare it to something like the Nico, that's the Nico. The Nico is just feels better. So I wouldn't say it is a cash grab. I think, you know, the gate wasn't a bad RTA. It's quite solid little RTA. Some people liked it more than others. But let's turn that off now. And this is an improvement on the gate. They've taken the basics of a half-tidy RTA and they've built from it and tried to make it better. So I don't have a problem with that as such. I don't really think cash grab is the right word, but is it worth your hard-earned money? And I don't stock anything that I don't think is worth the money. And I was actually hoping it was going to be awesome, because we have Ambition and I have spoken, and you know, we've resolved any differences we may have had. And I thought, well, it'd be nice to, you know, go back to how we were, because I did like I had a really good working relationship with them, and I want to keep it like that. So if this RTA had been awesome, I would have gone into it and bought loads, and you know, and put them on the site and sung its praises. But I can only say it how it is, and I cannot get this bit back in. I just can't. I don't want to cause it any damage, so I think I better just put it all in the box. I don't think it's far off its release date, actually. Right, I'm just going to put that in the box. I'm not going to mess about with it on camera, because otherwise I'll be half talking and half doing. Sound a bit like a politician, don't I? Half talking and half doing. Mustn't go down the politics route. No, mustn't do it. Don't do that. Right, chuck that all in the box, and that, and that. Right, done. So, and that. What are all your thoughts on that? Let's have a look, see what I've missed. I see Rufus is in chat. Eating Rufus. God, this thing doesn't stall. They've done a software update, and it's got rid of some problems it had before, but you know, it's not holding my chat anymore. Oh, it's Kieron as well. Evening, Kieron. Oh right, Johan, not Yolanda. Sorry, Johan. Did I say Yolanda? No, it's just, I got it now. It's his like the spell check thing. It's done it on him. Does it drink like the gate, Mark? Mark Trigwell. No, I don't. I haven't really noticed it being overly thirsty. It just doesn't seem to have that. With a mouth to lung, I like to feel a little bit of pressure almost behind that airflow, and I'm really not getting it. I'm just getting the straight through. Now, some people will like that, to be honest. We're all like different things. So for some, that you'll like it. It'll be a plus point. But there you go. It's just started then. It's I can't put my finger on it, but to give you an idea, this is its second tank full, and I've had it nearly a week. So if I liked something, I would be filling it up twice a day. So that gives you an idea. Right, Gate is a nice RTA, Johan. Yeah, it is. That's what I said. It is a nice RTA. The Gate was, we sold an awful lot of them. The glasses, I didn't actually show the glass, but the glass comes off the same. Hang on. There you go. You got to be the Gate. Oh, table camera off. You got to be careful with the glass on these, same as the Gate. Although I noticed that these are thicker, quite a bit thicker. The Gate was so easy to break. If you got it sideways on the Gate and didn't pull it dead centrally, they used to crack. But I haven't had that issue with these. Kieron, yeah, evening all. Sorry I'm work tonight. Quick sneaky coffee and vape for 5 minutes. Yeah, evening Kieron. We'll see you in a fortnight. It's easier with 2. I've got no one to bounce off. Isn't Yolanda a girl's now? Oh, I'm not getting involved with that one. People saying good evening to Kieron. Yeah, spell on auto phone, spell on phone. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Yeah, so it is Johan, not Yolanda. Albert Valenti, good evening to you, Albert. Anyone else got any questions they want to ask on the whatever it's called? I forget what it's bloody called. Amasia. Anyone else got any other questions they want to ask on that? What's Mark building? No, I wasn't building. I was showing. I've got it here, Rufus. The Amasia by Ambition Mods. Can you hear how loud that is? It just doesn't. Don't know. And I've got the coil low down, so you wouldn't think it would be. I think that's the 1.5 airflow jet I've got in there as well. So it isn't even the 2mm one. Adrian, let's put Adrian's up there. Adrian usually talks sense. It looks like it'll be much like the Gate flavour-wise. So it'll be great for some flavours and not the best for others. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that, Adrian. I think you're probably right. Flavour is pretty on par with what the Gate was. Kenny 2020, good evening to you. Just Josh, evening to you. Ooh, crackle. Yeah, exactly right. Anyone else got any questions they want to ask about that? Mike, evening, Mike Haynes. How are you? Yeah, all's good with me. All's good. What was I doing? Oh, yes. I couldn't make it. It's Tina's birthday last Tuesday, so couldn't make it last Tuesday. And the Tuesday before, I think I had another mother issue. It really does get hard when your mum's got, she's she's 90 now, and she's got dementia and stuff going on, and it's a strain on everyone, including her. And you know, I won't dwell into it too much, but when that phone rings, you know, from a care or something like that, I just have to go. So, you know, everything else becomes secondary. So, and it's happening more and more, happening quite a bit. But there you go. She was there for me, etc., etc. Kenny, my favourite mouth-to-lung RTA that I've tried is the Glas Mini or Bogan. Either one, I broke the 510 in mine and it's fecked. I think I got one somewhere. Sure I have. You probably have it if you want it, Kenny. What else have we got on there? Kenny, the Pioneer 1.5 is pretty good as well. Yeah, I've heard that. I think Daniel's got the Pioneer latest one, and you know he seems quite pleased with it as well. So yeah, it's pretty good. Rufus, evening Mark. Yep, so hello to you, Rufus. How are you? Hope you're well. The Glas Mini has a, let's put that on there, has a reverse threaded 510, another centre screw that screws into spares a revolved steam crate. There you go. So there's a bit of information for you. What else? What RTA is that? Missed first 20 minutes. Oh, Rufus. It was the, I think I've said now since you've been on, the Amazia by Ambition Mods. It's due to come out any time. That was a pre-production one. Is there a number on it? Ooh, wow. 20. I don't know what the number is on the black one. Let's have a look. And that's the other thing, of course. That's right, it did come off. Forget what I just said. Talking rubbish. You see, I hadn't actually checked this. This is my second tank. Now that just shouldn't be, should it? Just should not be. There you go. That probably tells everyone everything you need to know. Right, put that back on there. I think, you know, the way we are with a lot of these RTAs, open the airflow up again, we can't reinvent the wheel because we've done most things with mouth-to-lung RTAs. They're up to a level now where it's literally just fine-tuning. And, you know, when you've got things that work like the airflow or the juice flow, works by spinning the tank round, the probability of it leaking is a lot higher than if it doesn't. So although you're getting a feature, you've also got a consequence of that feature. What was it? Actions mean consequences or something, isn't it? Right, put that down over there. Can I have 2 Glas Minis? I can't find a black or even a gunmetal one. I'm sure, Kenny, I've got one somewhere. Sure I have. Still new in a box. I'll have a look for you. I will have a look. Vaping Brummy, evening to you. The Nevermore mouth-to-lung RTO. Has anyone tried that? If so, is it any good? The Nevermore is pretty good. It's not bad at all. In fact, I've got one here somewhere. Here. There's the Nevermore. I don't use it much now, to be fair, as you can tell by the dust on the top. But oh, I got a message there, and I wanted that message. So, but I'll see it later. You're all more important. That's someone who did me a favour today, so I don't want to let him down. The what, Kenny? What did Rufus put about that then? Go back. Oh, I see. Yeah, what RTA is that? Yeah, no, it wasn't a Kelpie. Definitely wasn't a Kelpie. Rufus says that, yeah, Nevermore is pretty good, but yeah, it is. It's solid. It's not bad at all, the Nevermore. It's very good. Daniel, what's he put here? I think I spent more on replacement glasses for the gate than on the tank itself. Yeah, they were just, and even brand new ones, Daniel, we sold them, and the amount of people, now, I'm not casting aspersions here, but the amount of people that said, my glass was broken when I got it. Was it broken? Or did they break it pulling it off? Because it was so flimsy, really was. So they've cost me a lot too, because I've replaced so many glasses, for people. Rufus says, don't like the way the cap comes off though. What's that for, Rufus? What was that for? Sounds like a scuba diver. Oh, what, with vaping it? Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Actually, it's not a bad analogy, that, Rufus. Not bad at all. Mark, what price he made you? Do you know what? I don't know. I ought to know because they gave me a price list, but I haven't really paid it much attention at the moment. I guess it's going to be like 35 quid, isn't it? 35, 40 quid, somewhere around there. But the problem is, Guy, that if I don't see something as being good and worth your money buying it, that I take pleasure in sending off a parcel and think he's going to love this, he's going to really like this. And if I don't feel that way, I can't stock it. It doesn't matter how well I get on with that company, then I just can't stock that, and I won't. I've always been like that. And like in the early days, I didn't stock Rakanga products because I thought they were awful. But people made a fortune, and I get asked for them all the time, but didn't stock them, other than the coils that I made, of course. Kenny, will you be getting the Kafun Ed Zachary? No. Yeah. Mark, yeah, no, exactly. Family does come first, and when she needs help, she needs help. Oh, thank you, Mike. That's a lovely message. Dementia is tough on all the family. If you need to talk, Mark, just send me a message. I went through it with both my parents, and now for me, it's tough, isn't it? She didn't even recognise me last time I went. She didn't know who I was, and that's harsh. That hits you hard, that one. Especially when you see, I see her regularly, very regularly, but depends on how good or how bad she is on the day, and it's like she makes, like, next door's the enemy, then oh, he's a lovely fella, that guy next door, so it's so variable and up and down all over the place. Your public enemy number one week, and you're wonderful the week after. Eugene, evening to you. Eugene Robson. Kenny says the Bogan RTA is actually a 520 pin. I got in touch with Suicide Mods, but on their help there. Oh, right, okay. Peter Kendall, he liked the Kumo at first, but couldn't get the wicking right. It's I haven't been vaping it much, Peter, to be honest, because I've really steered away from direct lung vaping at the moment. And when I set it up, I just thought I'm enjoying my mouth to lung so much with my net tobaccos that what did I put in here? I think it was this cookie dough by Udderly. It tastes okay, but a little bit of overrun there, tiny bit. But I found it quite a hot vape. It's quite a tight airflow. It's not a loose airflow at all. It's quite restricted direct lung. But I found it quite hot. So anyway, put him back. But it's well made though, and good value, I guess, at like 20 quid, isn't it? Free the Mind. Good evening to you. Free the Mind. Mark Morrison. What's he put on there? Good evening, Naturevape. Just got some Perique from you today, and it's delicious. Excellent. Glad you like it, Mark. Very unique flavour. Was wondering if you'll be getting any of the other Elite line extracts in. I've got to speak to Federico. We haven't spoke much actually recently, and that's a shame. Nothing's happened. Trust me. I think he's been busy. I've been busy. That's all it is. But we are. I'm not going to worry everyone. We're not getting low, but we are at the point now where I need to order more because, they have sold really, really well. I thought that like some flavours, a couple of 100 bottles would last me a long, long time, but it appears not. So don't get worried. I'm not telling everyone, unless you order now, you won't get it. It's not like that. We're fine at the moment, but I do need to talk to him and order some more. And if there'll be any others, Mark, to answer your question, that that I can get, I'd be interested to do it because I do want to support them well and stock as much as I can of their range, which that's why I got all the pod range in as well. It probably wasn't one that I will want to use a lot, although I do use the odd pod when I'm taking the dog for a walk or something like that. So I'll use it a bit, as I think we probably all will. But the main one for me is well, you can see I'll put them down here. 2 empty bottles of Virginia that I've mixed up. The Kentucky Reserve is pretty much gone as well. I'll label that with a marker. What's this one? Perique. Perique's looking a bit low as well. So, but they're all, they are just nice, lovely. Perique, and that was what Mark got in. It's nice, isn't it, Mark, the Perique? I think the Perique is very, very good. What's Tina's favourite? Matafina is Tina's. I think she likes that. She loves it. Yeah, Johan, ambition mods are normally good, but that leak, yeah, I've only put one build in it, so I don't want to condemn it before I've tested it and tried it properly. Have I wicked it enough? It's possible I didn't. So it could be me. So please don't take that as a, that took me by surprise. I wouldn't normally have shown that. But yeah, don't take that as gospel yet. If it does leak, I'll tell you it leaks. But don't take that as cast in stone yet. Couldn't get the freaking thing to wick. What was that? The Kumo? Mine wicks all right. That's a fair question, Vape and Brummy. What are people's thoughts on this stubby? It's one that I didn't get involved in. I saw it, coming through, and I thought, you can't get everything. But yeah, I think it's been popular, and everyone who's got the stubby, what do you think of it? Let us know in chat. Neil Roberts, not been around for ages. Getting my delivery tomorrow. Aspire, Mix, and Nico. Thanks, Mark, for a great service. You never disappoint. Yep. Okay, excellent. Actually, now might be a good time I did say that I'll talk about that later on. For those of you that don't know, I did put a Facebook thing out, not that everyone sees. Facebook, where's the share my screen on this thing? I think that's that one. Here it is. Basically, there's all sorts of colours, loads of colours. I've had a good deal with Aspire, and I'm passing the deal on to you guys, basically. I bought an awful lot of them. The Mix mods. So, oh, you can't see because I've got the thing in the way. So the mix mod, 18350 or 18650 battery, and the mod is $24.99. And if you want to add the Nico, and it has to be in gunmetal, which is nigh-on black, that brings it up to $39.99. So 40 quid for what was originally 100 quid. Gotta be a Billy bargain, isn't it? Gotta be a Billy bargain. And there it is there. That's orchid, I think. Orchid, that colour. Tina liked that. So she's got one in this and one in amethyst. So, and that's the gunmetal, believe it or not. That is gunmetal. So it's black, really, isn't it? The Nico. But what a solid piece of kit for anyone who thinks, I just want to get into my first RTA and build it with a mod. For 40 quid, it's a no-brainer. It really is, in my opinion. So there you go. Cracking RTA and a cracking mod. Those mods are bulletproof. Tina's had one when they came out, still using it when they first came out. She has used it, used it, used it, and used it. She hasn't run over that one with a lawnmower yet. Like she did what was that she did that? The artery nugget. She fell out of her pocket and she ran over it with a lawnmower and it spat it out the side. It's in about 100 pieces. I did show people at the time. That was a cut 2 or 3 years ago now, but it's quite funny. But no, she's used that and used it, dropped it also, and it still looks like new. It's amazing. So the chip in there, the Aspire chip, is solid as solid things. Really good. So there you go. That's my sales pitch over with, but you know, I really do think it was worth saying. Just Josh, he's running the variable voltage 0.3 in the Bogan Stubby, 25 watts, very nice flavour. So that's good. There's a fan. Adrian, Mark, I think Kenny wants an ether RTA. Ether. Maybe am I slow? Let me know on that one. Tell me more. Kenny, cheers, Mark. Be happy to buy it. I'll have a look. I will have a look for you. I'll have a look, and next time I have a show, I'll put it to one side if I've got one. And yeah, Josh's in a lot of places that sold out, but a lot of the older stuff is, like I said, we are at a level where it's only fine tuning now, and some of the older stuff is you know, I notice on my site. I know, you know, my site can look a bit like a museum at times because I do sometimes overorder. I get left with stuff, but it does always sell in the end, and you know, things go, you know, but it's the older stuff that, well, what did you sell the other day? I sold a cog the other day, and I thought, wow, cog. So I was buying a cog still, but not that I liked that one from the get-go. I thought that was pretty poor, the cog. Neil, you enjoy that mix? Beautiful bit of kit. Yeah, it is very well made, very well made. Ian, Laurie, lots going on. Yeah, we're all busy, Laurie, but a very warm welcome to you. Rufus talking to Brummy. A chat within chat within chat. Yeah, thank you, Mark. I do try. You know, we've all got different standards, and we've all got things that perhaps we've done we're not that proud of in the past. I'm trying to think of one at the minute, but you know what I mean. But I try and live my life that I treat people as I would like to be treated, and I think if you live like that, you can't go too far wrong. The Kanga T3S and ProTank 2 with airflow control were outstanding. What have I got here? I've still got brand new sub-tank Nano. Still in the wrapper. What else? Oh, it's another sub-tank Nano. There's a blaster in the past. Look, this is got one of my coils in there. Look at that. Does that look a bit dated now? I think it does. Mr. Intense said that. Mr. Intense, I think I hear what you say. I just think in the early days, the Kanga coils and things like that, the Pro Tanks sold hand over fist, didn't they? They really did. But I didn't like the coils, the Kanga coils, which is why I devised my own, and we sold so many. But I get it. I mean, at the time, you know, the progress wasn't there. I mean, it was. I think the turning point was the Aspire Nautilus. That came out and just took everything by storm, didn't it? Really did. Yeah, Daniel talking to Laurie. Jump in thing. I was waiting Brummy to Rufus. Sorry. I sort of skimmed through them, and the time you've finished reading, you think, oh, it doesn't apply to me, and you move on. But yeah, thanks, Kenny. Yeah, I'll keep my chin up. I'm a positive person, Kenny. You know, it's just, you know, you can drive home sometimes. You think that was tough. That was tough, and you almost want that little bit of drive home just to not compose yourself, but I think you know what I mean. Mike, I've been using that Sliver Cotton. It's ace. Yes, it is. It is really, really good. In fact, I must get some more of that as well. I think we're out of the refills, and I think we're getting low on the tins. So yeah, must do that. Mark Trigwell, he says he was disappointed in the Kumo. I generally am with most RDAs. Not my style really, but I love the Squape. Squape S, which does both direct lung and mouth to lung. Yeah, I haven't tried that one. I haven't tried the Squape, I must admit. It's one that I always want to try. You know, there's been several Squapes, hasn't there? But, you know, I never did try any of them. Usually try the K-Funds when they come out and the Tay-Funds. Laurie's computer is elsewhere. Bit careless, Laurie. Have you lost your computer? Yeah, the Scrape must be. Yeah, they are expensive. Hope you get LT's Bazooka Mark. Oh, that's back here. Yeah, of course. Bazooka Mark, a sublime liquid. Right. Okay. Well, I'll try and make a mental note of that one, Mark. Bazooka. It's in there. I'll talk to Federico about it. I will do. Mouth to lung RTAs are a cruel mistress nowadays. They all come with about 4,000 combinations of airflow pins and airflow controls. Yeah, I mean, that is right. Oh, by the way, anyone who, if you do buy this Nico, my suggestion is, comes with two airflows, top and bottom. Take the top one out, throw it in the box. Don't even use it. And put the 1.5 pin in the bottom. Perfect. And you can move up or down from there, but that is a good place to start, and probably in most cases finish. I think that will, you know, works well for most. Thank you, Daniel. Put the link in chat. Thank you. Guy, I think I see another mix on the horizon. Great, yeah, it is a great mod, and you know, just because it's been out for some time, and I guess they produced too many. You know, I had a good deal with them, and I just thought, for that money, you know, I can retail them at like 25 quid. And the Nico, I think they were 40 quid, the Nico. So, and that's like, if you buy it as a combo, I thought let's make it under 40 quid. So it's like £15 for that RTA as well, which is absolute steal, I think. Yeah, I haven't got any of the full black Kenny. I've got the tuxedo there, and what's that one? Toffee. I'm not sure about toffee. But you know, there's a few black frosted, and I think there's still a few clear frosted left, and things like that as well. And sapphire blues, all sorts of colours there. So, well, in fact, there is amethyst, which is the like girly pink. Clear frosted, orchid. That one's the orchid. Lorry, that one's the orchid. I must behave. Sapphire's like electric blue. Silver is silver. Smoke frosted is smoke frosted. Toffee is dog poo. It's toffee colour. Tuxedo is as near to black as you'll get. Yellow frosted is like the, you know, obviously Ultim. It's that sort of yellow frosted is a bit like that. That's obviously an easy mod. Oh, there you go. Laurie, is the mix great? How does it compare to the converter? Laurie, it would suit you. I'm not just saying this. It would suit you a treat because it's bulletproof. It really is. I know your mods seem to take, possibly because of where you are, they seem to take a bit of a battering, should we say. And I think you'll find the mix mod will stand up well to your usage. She's gonna get mean with me now on WhatsApp and send me a nasty personal message. I didn't mean it, Laurie. I'm joking with you. Mark Morrison, I agree. The Matafina is beautiful. Yeah, it is. It is stunning. Great vape, that is. Mark says for Laurie, a bit heavier Laurie than the converter, but don't let that put you off. Yeah, it probably is. Although the converter's quite heavy, isn't it? Yeah, it is a bit heavier, Laurie, but you know, there you go. If it helps in the size of your hand, that's with the Nico on it. It's not huge. It's not huge at all. And you can 18350 it as well. Down, you know, just take that screws out and take the tube out and put the other tube in. Comes with that. Yeah, very, very well made. Yeah, Mix is a tough mod. I have two. I think so many people bought them. They really did. And like I say, the chip is yeah, it's just solid, isn't it? Very solid chip. Yeah, that's right, Mr. Intense. The fire button is on the front, so it's like it's on your finger, Laurie, at the front there. So when you grip it, Tina's only just put a build in here today because, you know, she said, "Can I have two? Can I have one mix for my backers and one for my mango, peach, and papaya?" So she took one. She wicked. You know, I think it's great. Tina puts all her own coils in, all her own wicking. I don't have to do any of that. So you know, it's superb. And she might yell up the stairs in a minute. You got my mod? I snuck it up there. But it's a lovely fizz and a crackle, isn't it? And then it proved me wrong. It didn't do it. But yeah, she's done it well. It vapes well. Vaping Brummy. I find it hard to taste flavour anything below 45 watts. I think smoking has killed my taste buds over the years. I look at it. I really don't agree, Vaping Brummy, but I kind of agree. It's weird. Yes, I think smoking probably did do our taste buds harm, but I think the flavour you vape also does. So what I mean is, if you vape custards, let's say, on a regular basis, in the end, you're probably not even tasting it. It's just the flavour you have, and you still vape it because it vapes okay. But if you walk away from that custard, like I always like my blackcurrant raspberry and lime, put it there. I know it's not custard, but it's the same difference. I used that a lot, the blackcurrant raspberry and lime. So, in the end, you're like, barely taste this blackcurrant. It's gone. But then if I vape something like the Virginia for a couple of days, 2 or 3 days, and then I pick up my other mod again with blackcurrant raspberry and lime in there, I'm like, wow, this raspberry's strong. So it can just be that you're vaping, and you might not be, but it could well be that you're vaping the same e-liquid flavour all the time. And if you are, that's why you can't taste it. You know, so in the mouth to lung at, what's this, 13 watts? Yeah, 13 watts. I'm full of flavour on this, absolutely full. So don't tend to get as much vapor's tongue with the net tobacco. It's funny, that flavour stays, but fruits disappears for me. I don't know if everyone else is the same in chat, that, you know, and custard, that disappears as well. I'm like, I need more custard. It's like that drug that the more custard you have, the more you need. You know, I want stronger custard. Maybe that's why custard has always been like trying to find that perfect custard. Maybe that's why. The more if you vape custard all the time, you know, your flavour profile goes for it. You can't taste it. Could be. Phoenix Vape. Has anyone ordered the prototype Orca style mod from 2F Deal? Got an email saying they won't be shipping out down to manufacturers not been able to produce. That's not strictly speaking true, Phoenix Vapes. I will tell you they've had a problem producing it, but it's not that they're not producing any. And more about that in a fortnight. Yeah, they're on the way, basically. And I know they are, so there's not an issue. The Ether is another Bogan product, apparently bringing out the Borrow Bridge. Right, okay. God, more and more Borrow Bridge. More and more Borrow Bridges. Jay, how are you? Good evening to you. Jay's Vape Reviews. Yeah, you can only really hold the mix one way. Awkward and not like a single other mod. Hold it one way. Oh, I suppose, yeah, if you can't really thumb fire it, can you? It's a grip in your hand. Yeah, I'll take that. I suppose you got front ways or back. But yeah, it's mainly, yeah, front ways. Hadn't even thought of that, Kenny. But yeah, you're right. How we diddling? Yeah, we're right, Jay. We're okay. Those tanks were awesome. I don't know which tanks he means. Which tanks, Jay? Which one do you mean? Oh, Sub-Tank Mini, as Grim Green would say. Oh, yeah, God, that's age. I'm so behind in chat, as always. Still use Top Tank RBA in a Borrow. Love it. Wow. I can't even like this video. Oh, I say, what? Yeah, on your mobile, Laurie. You can still like it on a mobile. It's just a bit trickier to do, and I can't remember how you do it now. Someone in chat will tell you, but even the thought of that you wanted to like the video, Laurie, is enough for me. Thank you. I still rock my K-Fun Mini V3. That's pretty dated. Yep, I've still got one of them as well, Mark. Still got that. It was a bugger of an RTA in a way, because it would work perfectly well for ages, and then all of a sudden it would just dump its juice for no reason. And you know, when it's right and set up right, the K-Fun Mini, you just think vaping don't get any better than this. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But anyway, Kanga were king at one point and disappeared overnight. Well, yeah, they came back, and I did see some, I don't know if they're pods or disposables from Kangatech, that they're about now. They are back, but not back with any kind of, you know, force that they were. Definitely not. Oh, Josh, that's cruel. That's cruel. Put that on there. Eden Paul Hinchcliffe, how are you? Can't let that. Don't worry, Laurie. Relax, calm. Just calm. Right, have I missed much in chat? Yeah, that's what I was saying, Jay. It was great, but more, yeah, restricted direct. Like, it is a tight airflow. It is tight, you know. So you wouldn't, if you like an open airflow, it's no good for you at all. Why am I what? Sturgomed? Do you mean struggling, Laurie? Don't worry. Oh dear. There you go. Adrian's trying to help you. Adrian's trying to help you. I know there is a way, and I can't remember how to tell you, but there is a way of doing it. And Paul's got the new Scraper Excellent. Got the new Arise coming tomorrow. Wow. Oh, there. Struggle. It was struggling. I was struggling. I was struggling to get the right amount of sliver cotton. Sometimes it's more than perfect, and sometimes I mess it up. Yeah, I'll put that on chat, Laurie. The sliver cotton, it can be, because it comes in like a clump, so it can be that you pull a strand off and it is too thick, and you think, well, I can half that, and you half it, and you've messed both bits out. So yeah, I'll grant you that. And other times you pick a little strand off and it's absolutely perfect, and you just tighten one end and use it. So yeah, it does kind of happen a bit that way. But when it's, I just think it's superb cotton. Absolutely superb. There we go, Kenny. Yeah, I don't think there's any available, Kenny. They make 21700 battery adapters for the mix would be utter gold dust. Yeah, I don't think there's any of them available. Yeah, I think, Jay, it is. The whole combo, I think, takes some beating. I really do, and especially if someone's on pods or whatever else, and you want to break in, that's your first one. Your money's well spent, because it doesn't get too much better than that. I don't know. That's a chat within chat with Paul, Mark Trigger and Paul, I think. Poor old Laurie, she's fighting with her computers. Just Josh, so what cotton does everyone recommend? Put that on there. Well, I am well into this sliver at the moment. Have I got any up here? No, I think it's in a tin downstairs. But yeah, it's very, very good. We've got it on the site, but it's also available at... God. Brain's gone, it'll come to me in a minute. Rob. God. Why, brain? Why won't you work sometimes? Mark, stick me a clear frosted one at one side, please. But and a stain. No, Jay. No. Stainless steel Nico. No. I haven't got any. They're gunmetal, or gunmetal. We've got some black, but the kit I can only offer gunmetal because they were what's left. I got them at a really good price, and that's why I can put the kit on as they are. But yeah, so no stainless steel, I'm afraid. I know mine is, but that was one of the... I've had 3 or 4 batches of these now, and I managed to get limited amounts of stainless steel. And I don't want to drop anyone in it, but Laurie bought the very last stainless steel one. So, lucky Laurie. It was on the site. Everyone had a chance, but she bought the last one. Cotton Gods. Best I've used so far. Have I tried Cotton Gods? I've tried most of them. Thank you, Daniel. Put a link in for Kieron's channel. Yep, sorry, I was reading what Kenny was saying about cotton. Yeah, I reckon if you haven't tried the sliver, people that have, I haven't spoken to anyone yet who doesn't say it's really good, and it is really good. And I know that Rob has put an awful lot of time and effort into getting that right and getting like what he thinks is like the perfect cotton. So yeah, and he's a lovely chap. I just wanted to support him as well, but I wouldn't stop the cotton if it wasn't good, and I wouldn't say it's really good if it isn't really good, because it is really, really good. Muji, yep. If you're going to buy the Muji, probably the best one to buy is go on Amazon or eBay and buy the Puff cotton. You know, it's the cheapest way to buy it. It's really good stuff. So if you're into your Muji. Kendo is meant to be good. Just Josh, yeah. Kendo, I've heard good. Although I've heard good and bad about Kendo. Not everyone likes Kendo, but Laurie's found it. She's found it. Well done, Laurie. Go to the website and buy it direct, Kenny. I don't know what he's talking about there. Was that the? Don't know. The cotton? Don't know. Spell Miko for me, please. Nico. Neeko. Guy. If you look on the, I did show it a little while ago. So W should still be on there. There you go. At the bottom, I don't know if you can see that. Select RTA, and that will include it there. But we do sell it separately. But the cheapest way to buy it is in this bundle. No question of that. Night all, nice to see you back, Naturevape. Thank you, Rufus. Good night to you. Oh, we haven't done our stocks yet. Let me scroll down at the bottom here, and we'll do them. I don't know, where's this time gone? 9:45, and I've just been rambling. You're probably all asleep. You're like, yeah, you have been rambling. Bored as hell. Who knows? Who knows? It's probably that rubbish BP Mods cotton I was using. Well, I've heard good things about that, Vape and Brommy. The BP Mods cotton, a lot of people said that was really good. So, and Laura says she's never been able to like fruit vapes. Yeah, we're all got different taste buds. I don't know if they're still available, Graham, and good evening to you. I'm not sure if you can still get them. I'm not sure. Thank you, Phoenix Vapes. Bung that one on the chat as well. Kenny says only made 500. I never got one. Max, I'm not a reviewer. I haven't done a review in ages. I do want to do more reviews. I really do. And when the colder, darker nights come, I'm really going to make an effort to do some more. I don't do enough, and I'm conscious of that. I just have been. I know it's easy to say. I've been really busy, but my life really is busy, and you know, it's just getting the time, because it is time consuming. It really is. But anyway, I'm not going down that little rabbit hole. Mr. Intense don't like these side firing mods. I just like to pick up my mod with the nearest hand. Yep, fair dues. Shop, take more money. Yeah, well done, Laurie. She's managed to like it. Well done. Laurie's got there. What's that? Guy Stewart can't find. Right, okay. If you go into brands, Guy, and look under Aspire. That's the easiest way to find it. So brands at the top, go to Aspire and you'll see all the Aspire products. Then you'll see the Nico and the Mix Mod package, the bundle on there. So you can buy it with an Eco at $39.99 or without at $24.99. And Daniel's given you a link. Look at that. Well done, Daniel. Laurie loves the sliver. When I get it right. Yep. It seems to last a long time as well. The juice flow keeps going for a long time, whereas some cottons taste good for a couple of days and they're gone. When they're gone, they're gone. Oh, Jay, thank you. Why couldn't I remember Stealth Vape? And yeah, Jay agrees. It's very impressive. I think we've still got a few tins left, but we've got no refills. So I must get in touch with Rob and get that sorted out. Yeah, try sliver. Yeah, people that have tried the sliver, I don't know anyone that isn't happy with it. Just picked up a new collab from Suicide Mods Orca. The Stubby. So far it's been great. Works well with borrows and their giant 9mm borrow. Yeah, that's huge, isn't it? It's big. I wouldn't want that to leak. Dump a 9mm bottle of juice everywhere. Oops. Yeah, Mark says he loves his stainless steel Nico. Yeah, Laurie's got the stainless steel. I think, yeah, Laurie's got two. She's got the gunmetal and the stainless steel. So, yeah, she's got that. Kenny's going to shoot off. Good night, Kenny. Take care. Love a lesson of the best, how to best use sliver. Laurie, I will do, reviews I need to do is a mixing video for the Latte Baccaria. And talking of which, a massive shout out goes to Craig in our little WhatsApp group that we have that told me the best set of scales, in his opinion, to use to mix juice. And it's this one. And I bought a set of these and I agreed with him so much that I now stock them on the site. So, because I just thought they are perfect. Now, if I'll just show you quickly. I think I can't remember where they are on the site before someone asks. I think they're under accessories. Let's go on the table cam. Is it going to be big enough? No. Would be if I backed it out, wouldn't it? Am I going to turn this thing off again? Oh, I nearly did. Bloody hell. Right, get up there. Okay. So, dead easy. Turn it on. And as you fill it, imagine, I don't know, you've put your first mix in. You wanted 69 grams. Hit the reset button. You want 20 grams of the next lot of juice and take up to 20 grams, whatever. It's absolutely dead easy. Really is. So you can reset it at every stage, as you can with nearly all scales, to be fair. Do it in grams, ounces, but grams is the easiest. And they're rechargeable on a micro USB, so absolutely superb. On off in a nice little case. So yeah, cracking. So a massive shout out for Craig for suggesting them. Get rid of the camera. Mate, if you're going to weigh your juice, if you're mixing, if you're going to weigh it, they are just the nicest set of scales. I think they're about 20 quid. 19.99, I think, at a price. You can't fail at that. And you'll probably be amazed what else you use them for as well. But yeah, very good. So I tend to do my juice like that nowadays. So that was one thing. There's one or two things I wanted to tell people about, actually. And I've just been waffling waffling. So yeah, reviews I want to do. One is doing mixing the Latabacaria juice, a review on that. I want to do the Nico because I think that's important. I'm so impressed with this RTA. I was so chuffed I could buy. Still, but I know it's an old RTA now, but I was so pleased I could buy some because I get people say to me, I'm looking to buy a mouth to lung RTA, what do you suggest? Well, I find it easy to suggest this because it's, you know, people like the True Tank, and fair enough, but it was all right once you got used to the wicking of it. You know, I'll take that as a criticism. But until you had, there were room for errors, let's put it that way, with the wicking. Whereas with this, if you mess the wicking up on the Nico, then I would just stick to stock coils because it is so easy, so easy. So there you go. So I want to do that, and I think they're the main two at the moment. But when I get sent things like this from Vapefly, I really should give it a little review. You know, should do. And the Amazia, really, whether it's a good review or bad review, it's still a review. And I've always tried to keep my reviews honest. And I guess you could say most of my reviews are positive, but I only tend to review the stuff that I like. And that's wrong. I should review a wider mix of stuff. And I must make that, you know, a thing to do when the night's closing, gets darker, and I've got a bit more time. So there you go. You can hold me at that, everybody. Eugene's off. Laurie, midnight here. Sadly, I have to leave you all. Love the shows. Love WhatsApp. Don't always engage as life is busy. Yeah, thank you, Laurie. Thanks for popping in. Actually, I wanted to mention the WhatsApp group. We've got I put a link up for it, but we've got a WhatsApp group for Naturevape. There's not many people on it. It's about, I'm going to say round figures, 40 people. And it is a very select little group. I don't want it huge. And the people we've got on there, one or two of you are in chat, are just so helpful. It's a bit like reading this chat here. There's no backbiting. There's no fighting. There's no nasty. There's nothing like that. So I'm very conscious of keeping it along those lines. Now, if someone's interested in joining the group, I've stopped putting a link out for it now because I was aware of the fact it could get really big and it could all get, you know, like a lot of groups tend to get. And, you know, I'm not pointing the finger at anyone, but I wanted to keep it a nice little helpful group where we all help each other. So if you're like-minded and you want to join it, get in touch with me, and you know, I'll probably know who you are, and I'll add you to the group. I haven't got a problem with that. I'm not trying to hide this group from anyone, but I don't want just anybody joining it and coming in and causing issues. But you know, and bear in mind with WhatsApp groups, you can see other people's phone numbers, so you know, it can get a bit nasty. So, although I know it's easy to block someone, just block and they can't ring again. I know that, so that's quite straightforward. But there you go. That's all I wanted to say on our little WhatsApp group. But yeah, we've got, you know, it's like where the scales came from. Craig in the group, lovely set of guys in the group. Really impressed, and you know, people are just behaving as I hoped they would in the group. And as yet, there's not even any need to set any rules or anything like that because everything's so friendly and nice, you know, which is, yeah, music to my ears. Lovely. Vape and Brummy jumping off. Right, okay, well, before everyone jumps off, I want to bore you with my shares. I'll just go down at the bottom because I'm nearly there. Mixing by weight just made it all so much easier. Yeah, it is. It is easy, dead easy, because you'll have it in grams what you need and just doddle. And there's no mess, there's no tube, you know, syringes, tubes. I knew what I meant. Nudge, no, in the office doing paperwork. Nudge, nudge, or watching YouTube. All right, okay. Right, okay, let's very quickly do these shares. What's this? Hope I can get a question in. What coils do you recommend for the Nico? Neil Roberts. I use the 28 plus 38 gauge 1 ohm coils. Right, they are these ones. If I can focus in. Pause the screen if you need to later on. So 28 plus 38 Ni80 1 ohm coils, and they're 2.5mm diameter internal. If you go on the site and go on to accessories, pre-made coils, Ni80, you'll see them. All right, so there, and we sell hundreds of them. That's the most popular coil. Cheap as chips. Greetings from Serbia. Greetings to you. Mike, you can't go. You're one of my share people. Let's do that right ever so fast. Okay, let's get this up. This won't take long. I'm not going to dwell. Let's just get this on the right page before you start seeing all my personal stuff. Right. Shares. I think that's this. I've got to push this one first, haven't I? Yeah. Just to tell you not to listen to a word I say. I know nothing about what I'm talking about. Don't take this as any kind of financial advice. Nothing. Okay, that's that out of the way. So, here we are. My portfolio. Hopefully you can see this. Yeah, you can. Unbelievably, I'm still up for the year. This started, anyone who doesn't know, I started this off at the start of the year, and £10 a week I put into a stock of some kind, or like the top one, physical silver. And I just wanted to see how I went by the end of the year. I actually hoped I was going to be 8% plus up by the end of the year. Well, I can't see that happening because, in general, the stock market has taken an absolute pounding. So the fact that I'm even in the green is quite a lot of people would like to be in the green this year. I can assure you. So there's one or two of these flashing green. I've got a few red disasters as well, but you know, hey ho. Now, which one did I go for this week? I went for, now I had to put a bit more than £10 in this week, I'm not going to lie, because I wanted to go with SSE. SSE do like wind turbines offshore, but you have to buy a whole share. You can't buy a fraction of a share. So I had to pay, I think it was £16.70, I think. So that's what I had to put in. They've sort of, you know, you can see by the graph here, they've come down to what I look at as a support level. If you look to the left-hand side, a bit of a support, and I thought probably a good time to buy them. So nothing more intelligent than that. The other thing I want to mention, is like a lot of my uranium ones are doing well. Like Denison Mines, that's a uranium one. Energy Fuels, that's uranium. Next Gen Energy is uranium. And I thought I had another one. I thought I did. I obviously don't. You can see my worst performer down the bottom there is Zoom. Who would have thought that? So that's not doing very well. But anyway, what I wanted to show you was my dividends. I've had some dividends. Don't get too excited. A penny in July and 2p. Obviously, because I'm only investing like a tenner per share, the dividends aren't very high. Sentiment, I think I've gone into more. So they're 79p, and in May when I get 17p, 7p, and 14p. But I just look at dividends as a little bonus. So I just wanted to go into that one with you. That's insights. And I think that's about it. That'll do. I don't want to dwell too much. There's a lot of red in there, but with some green. So there you go. A lovely picture of Tina to finish. So it'd be interesting to see where we are at Christmas. September and October are usually bad months for the stock market. And then, believe it or not, November, December, you get a bit of an uptick. So we'll see. We'll see. Either way, I've managed to save £10 a week and lose or make very little. So it's a good way of saving if you think about it. £10 a week is easy just to spend wherever, isn't it? So that's all right. Mr. Intense, SSE used to be my energy supplier. They got bought by OVO. Yeah, but they still have wind turbines offshore. I know they do. And I was actually talking a couple of years ago to someone who worked for them. And a bit like solar panels, they put the wind turbines up at such a time where they got a guaranteed amount of income from them or something, which has now changed and minimised, gone less and less. So, and I just think, well, I like the philosophy of wind turbines. It's green energy, blah blah blah, sort of. We can argue about that one till the cows come home. Is it green energy when fossil fuels make the propellers? So not entirely, is it? But the thought is there. So yeah, and they pay a dividend as well, SSE. So they're a dividend stock. Not all are, of course. Adrian, I think Zoom was lockdown success story, but there aren't any future lockdowns in sight. Yeah, I think you could well be right, Adrian. Could well be right. It really took off, didn't it, Zoom? And I didn't get involved when it went up like the said rocket. Don't get Daniel started on rockets. But then, yeah, after lockdown, down it came like a stone. But I thought they would actually still have a business. They'd still have like a big subscriber base and perhaps the ability to raise money in advertising and things. So I thought, it's worth a bit. But yeah, not doing very well at the moment. Thanks for a great show and a calming voice. Have I got a calming voice? I've been told that before. A boring voice, you might say. Who's it who said, I love watching you in bed because it makes me go to sleep? I'll have to change that somehow. Right. What else do I want to discuss? I've got a list there. Scales, I talked about them. I think that's pretty much everything, to be honest. We've, of course, got a new Prime Minister today. No, exactly, Mark. Don't get Daniel started on rockets, please. Just don't. I told him to stick the rockets up his Artemis the other day. But yeah, he loves his rockets, Daniel does. So yeah, we've got a new Prime Minister, of course, today. So actually, I'll show you something. I thought on a lighter note, we've gone past 10, so we'll knock it on the head after this. I do just want to show this because it made me laugh, and it's called humour. So we're going to go with humour, nothing nasty. Right, I got this sent to me, and I just thought that was funny. Truss, a noun, a framework made simplest form from two short planks. Just made me laugh. Some of the simplest things are the funniest things. Oh, you see. Go on then, Daniel. I'll put you in the middle of that one. There's Daniel's little rockets, look. Daniel's fairy liquid bottles. I bet he had fairy liquid bottles when he was a kid. Anyway, I think we've reached the end. I managed to keep up with chat. Sort of. Salford, good evening to you, and thank you for your order, David. I did see it. So I hope you like what you bought. I'm sure you will. So yeah, until next time. Hopefully it'll be in a fortnight. As long as nothing goes wrong, I'll see you in a fortnight. So until then, thanks ever so much for watching. Is appreciated. Thanks for all your lovely comments. 39 thumbs up. Thank you for those. And until next time, take care. Bye for now. Take care.